Quentin Tarantino gets to direct an episode of your favorite TV show. What is the summary of the episode? Game of Thrones. Bad guys come in and kill the bride, groom, wedding party and guests at a wedding. Oh wait. Actually, that bar scene from Bastards was amazing. The red wedding scene could have been tense. A black guy with a cowboy hat jumps across the room and shoots up the crowd with two 12-shot revolvers and blood splats like water balloons popping with hip-hop music. Game of Thrones. Everyone still dies, but now they say the N-word. On the plus side, Samuel L. Jackson plays Rhaegar and Uma Thurman is Lady Stoneheart. It's Always Sunny. It's a knockoff version of Four Rooms with Shirley as the bellhop and each of the other characters' shenanigans as one of the rooms. That would be a really great episode. The premise could be worked in by having a beer delivery scheme, while we follow the 4 deliveries they go on and get roped into. Can you post that suggestion to our writing prompts or something so we can see a longer version of this idea? Law and Order. It starts just before the end. Then it starts at the beginning. Then it follows another character, then jumps back to the end, then follows another character, then jumps back to the end, then those characters intersect, then everybody dies, then it ends. Stranger Things wouldn't be too different except one of the kids would go on a profanity-filled, 10-minute soliloquy and Winona Ryder would somehow get brutally mutilated. You know what Ninja Turtles is about? I mean, what it's really fucking about? It's not about fucking turtles, man. It's about cocaine. I ain't joking, man. Now, Donatello, he's the average cool cat when he's high. He's a slick motherfucker. But then Shredder, who represents the cartels, comes along and starts some shit. He's one of those coke fiends who stays up all day and night and winds up going berserk on a bunch of fucking cops. The Wire. Pretty much as written. But D'Angelo's chess speech is about some obscure board game from the 70s and Samuel L. Jackson does both parts of the nothing but fuck crime scene investigation scene. There's already an episode of Star Trek, The Next Generation that he wants to direct, so my answer's sorted. Game of Thrones. Everything is the same except more use of the word motherfucker and less blood and deaths. Feet. 70s movies reference porn. Feet. Gore. Feet. A shot-for-shot recreation of the Chips intro. Feet. Some cool dialogue where the characters argue about something. Gummy bears. Bouncing here and there and everywhere. The Zoom extravaganza. One glorious hour of things blowing up, and Zoom beating up Barry Allen, with zero plot. Quentin dresses up in the same style of Moses, one of his and Dwight's distant cousins. To attract business to the Scroot farmhouse during Halloween time, they host a haunted house experience with a murder mystery party, except they don't tell any of the guests about the murder mystery part. It's staged during the haunted corn maze using a realistic looking dummy with way more blood than necessary. Michael believes it's real and Dwight spends the rest of the episode trying to convince him otherwise. Also, a shot of the Jim face with a mixture of pig's blood and beet juice on his face. He found the dummy in the maze and was the closest to it and saw Dwight kill it, and Dwight tries convincing everyone that Jim is the murderer. Season 4 of Arrested Development would be just as confusingly non-linear, except George Michael kills Michael at the end, Gob and Tobias keep on saying the N-word, and there's 10 minutes of footage of Portia de Rosy's feet. It would be a NBC version cast of Community, original study group still present. A bed gets roped into a pop culture trivia competition, where Tarantino is the reigning champ, maybe moderator. To keep it unique from their typical shootout paintball episode, we are going to avoid shootouts, and have the cast samurai style fighting various competitors on the side to protect a bed. Episode starts with the group having coffee around a table like in the start of Reservoir Dogs. Middle section of the episode, a bed beating his competitors in a Kill Bill style, ends with reigning champion beating a bed anyway, and closes with a Jackie Brown style victory segment. With the prize money, it's already over, but psych. Considering how that show loved to theme episodes based on genres, I could totally see it working for an action vigilante episode. Rainbow Dash uses the N-word, the violence is more bloody and violent, and there are a lot of shots of hooves.